This episode is all about the Max Business Profits Business Alchemy System.
Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. This is a special series all about growing your business with maximum profits with my esteemed guest expert, Sergio DeCesare. Sergio is a best-selling author featured in the book Elite Business Leaders, which hit #1 on Amazon in 2 categories. He's also a certified profit and growth expert, certified value builder, profit acceleration expert, and a certified business coach and certified magnetic mind coach. He's also a business broker in Florida. Sergio, welcome to the program.
Good morning. Nice to be with you, Mark.
So tell us a little bit about your work and specifically, who are the types of folks that you help?
My work, I love my work, by the way. I can't think of anything better I'd rather be doing. So who am I working with? I'm working with business owners. They could be in business a year or two. They could be in business 10 or 15 years. So what do I do for them? Well, if you're just getting started in business, I'm helping you increase your bottom line, not just your top line. I mean, it's not necessarily what you make, it's what you keep. And then some of the more veteran business owners, they need a plan. They need an exit plan. Being a certified exit strategist, I help them develop that plan so they can turn that business into an asset and an asset into cash when they decide they want to retire.
So what are the biggest challenges that business owners face today?
By and large, the biggest challenge I have with my clients is what goes on right up here between their ears. I found a long time ago that I can teach them about financial understanding, which I do. I can teach them about processes and innovations. I can teach them about messaging, who to target, where to put that message. But if they don't believe they can do it, if they don't believe they deserve to be in business and have the life and the business they want, that's an uphill battle for me.
So your system is called the Max Business Profits Business Alchemy System. Can you give us an overview and the parts of the system?
Sure. So there's 4 parts to this system, 4 pillars, what I call. The first pillar directly into business is messaging, right? Who are you trying to get your message out to? What's your compelling offer to them? What's your market dominating position? Most of the businesses I talk to, if I ask them, hey, tell me what makes you different than your competitors. A lot of them give me the list of pleasantries. Oh, we're family owned, we're this, we're that. None of that matters. Nobody cares, right? So the second pillar is financial understanding, okay? What your numbers mean, what they're supposed to mean to you, what you can change on your profit and loss statement, and what you can't. Most of them don't even know their profit margins. If I ask them, what's your profit margin? Well, I don't know. I think we keep 20 or 30 bucks out of what we sell. It's $100 item. Okay. Is it 20 or is it 30? Because that makes a difference, right? It's 10% right there. The third thing is processes and innovations. Most people think that they make their money on the price, on what they charge for things, Mark, but they truly don't. How they make their money, how they're supposed to be making their money and making more profit is the efficiency in which they can deliver that product and move on to the next sale. And then the fourth and final, which may be one of the most important things here we're talking about today, is their mindset. Okay. Do they have negative belief systems that they're dealing with? Do they have that poser syndrome? And I know you know what I'm talking about because we hear a lot of that in our industry, right? Sometimes they don't think they deserve a better life. They deserve a better business. They think their business is really their job. And that's a bad way to be in your head.
Sergio, you mentioned mindset. And when you talk about mindset, I know you talk about the subconscious and, scarcity mindset. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, the subconscious is a funny thing. Even before you were born, Mark, your body, your mother's thought process was impacting how you are going to be. the subconscious is there for one thing and one thing alone. That's to protect you and keep you safe. So when we're dealing with certain traumas, like you see people, hop from relationship to relationship, right? Because there are certain things that trigger them, or they seek out a certain type of mate and it doesn't work out for them because they're playing it safe in their head. So the subconscious keeps you safe and alive. And if who you are today doesn't gel with who you want to be in the future, you've got some tension going on there. So does the future you pull you into the future, or does the present you keep you from achieving what you can have in the future?
Great insight. Sergio, I know that you sold a business in the past of your own, and I want to learn a little bit more about how you got started and what inspired you to take your knowledge, grow your knowledge, and share this with other business owners. How did you get started?
Well, the funny thing about it, Mark, is I I didn't come out of corporate America. I did work for corporate America for a while. I wasn't crazy about it like most people, but I didn't drop out of corporate America to become a business coach. I had owned, operated, managed my own businesses for many, many years, since my 20s, actually, when I left corporate America. But the one thing I learned in my last business, and this is a great story, I went to sell my business. I was in the IT business, so I went to sell my business. I called a broker and I said, give me a number. Looked at the inventory, looked at the people working for me, looked at my location, looked at my books, and he wrote a number down and he slid it over to me on the table. Well, I opened up that piece of paper and I looked at this number and my heart sank. And I'm like, man, I make more than this. What is this guy talking about? Well, I spent the next year remodeling my business. And I don't mean like in a physical sense. I mean reworking the model and how I make my money. Talked to people who had sold IT businesses, talked to other people who had sold businesses. And a year later, after doing that, Mark, I turned around and sold that business for 5 times more than what that broker wrote on that piece of paper.
Fantastic. Sergio, before I ask you my last question, is there anything I didn't think to ask you regarding your max business profit system that you'd like to share?
Well, the only thing I'd like to share is it's called Business Alchemy for a reason. Yes, we're gonna talk about messaging. We're gonna figure out who your best clientele is. We're gonna talk about your numbers. We're gonna talk about innovations, but more importantly, we're gonna get you in your head where you need to be to go into the future and have the life and the business you want. Like I said, negative mindsets, negative belief systems, particularly about money. And it's stunning to me how many people have these belief systems. It's an important part of the coaching process. If I can't get you to believe in yourself, or if you don't believe in yourself, how are we going to build $1 million business together?
Sergio, I know in future episodes, we're going to really break down the pillars of your system. So for folks listening right now that would love to connect with you, how can they find you and learn more?
Pretty easy, Mark. My email address is Sergio at Max Business Profits. If you want to call me directly, I don't mind that. 239-580-7408. And of course, I have the website of maxbusinessprofits.com. I can be found in a number of other places.
Sergio, this has been terrific. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with my audience today, and I wish you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Thank you so much, Mark. Glad to be here.
That was Sergio DeCesare, creator and founder of the Max Business Profits Business Alchemy System. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and we'll see you next time on the next episode.